All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the elect, those that are fighting to endure to the end, and that are calling on the true names of the Father and the name of the only begotten Son, and truly believe. And the names are Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, meaning Yahweh is the name of the Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. So today I want to go into for my name's sake, okay? Because there are a lot of people out there, that's claiming to understand the truth, understanding the word, understanding the names, but they don't have the true understanding because why? They don't even know the true names to call on. And the ones that do, they refuse to call on it, all right? And that's important to the Most High, all right? Because what He's getting ready to do is not for our sakes, but for His name's sake. And when you go into that word name in the Hebrew, one of the definitions is reputation, okay? So he's getting ready to bring forth judgment to get His name known back into the land, okay? He's getting ready to do this for His reputation, His glory, because His name has been given all other titles, all other false idols pegged to it, such as Jesus, such as, Allah, such as Buddha, such as any other false religion, okay? Coming in the name of, God, all right? So He's getting ready to restore His name on this earth for His name's sake, all right? And like I said, when you go into that word name in the Hebrew is Shem, and it means what? Fame, reputation, glory, okay? His fame, His reputation, and His glory has ceased to exist here in this time, okay? That's why He has risen up servants that's out and proclaiming His name, okay? The true name, which is Yahawah, okay? So He's getting ready to make known who He's dealing with in these last days, okay? Because you false, teachers that's teaching the name don't matter, or you could call on whoever you want, and not just the teachers of Israel, but others, because you got other people who make videos, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on any other social platform, and they call on the name of God, okay? You see, you got to give Him His true fame, His true glory, because imagine you, let's say, for instance, you was to go out and play basketball and score 200 points, never been seen before and probably never be duplicated ever again in the game of basketball. But yet in the books, they put down as, some tall guy wearing number 23, broke the scoring title. No, you will want your complete, fame. Okay, you will want the books to show that the name of the person, which is you, who broke the record, who set the record. So how much more our Lord and Savior, His Father, Yahawah, He wants all His fame and glory, and He's not getting it, okay? That's why He's getting ready to send forth judgment, man. He's going to get His glory and His fame and His reputation back, okay? So let's open up. Let's open up in the book of, let's just go to Isaiah first, and then we'll jump back to, then we'll start at Ezekiel. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42. In verse 8, Isaiah 42:8, it reads, I am Yahawah. That is my name. You see, it's imperative that you know the name, man, because you calling on God, you calling on Jehovah, you calling on Yahweh. That's all false idols, man. You got to give the Most High His just due, man. Okay, you got to call on the right names. You got to have the right names to call on, and not only call on them, but truly believe, okay? You have to give Him His reputation, His fame, His glory, all right? And that's been, taken from Him throughout the earth, man, all right? Primarily because, we failed. We failed as a nation, okay? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we failed the Most High, man. And in doing so, the world was given into the hands of the other nations, okay? And they took His name and they tried to erase it from out of our memory, all right? But now in these latter days, you know, he's raising up the house of David, the tabernacle of David, and what? We are now exalting the names again, okay? So he's getting ready to show just exactly who he's dealing with, all right? For all you, the name doesn't matter. It doesn't, matter what we call him right now. We'll get the name in the kingdom. No, it's going to show, okay? When Jacob trouble comes, when all hell hits, you know, when the proverbial shit hits the fan, it's going to show just exactly who he's dealing with, okay? It's going to show whether or not the name matters, okay? It's going to show in that time, all right? So the name matters, man. The Most High wants his reputation. He wants his fame and he wants his glory, man. And he's going to get it through the servants of, of who he set up in these last days preaching the truth, okay? So he's going to show his power, his fame, and his glory. He's already showing it right now by you seeing the servants, the prophets out on the streets prophesying. You seeing the beginning of that, okay? But then when he sent his only begotten son, YAHAWAH, to come back down, that's when you're going to see the true fame and glory, okay? That's when you're going to see the chariots, the so-called UFOs. That's when you're going to see people getting zapped and beamed, all right? That's when you're going to find out just exactly who you've been messing with all along, all right? So let's read that again. Isaiah 42 in verse 8. It reads, I am YAHAWAH. It says the Lord, but all cap. When you see the Lord in all caps, that's YAHAWAH. That's the Father's name, okay? So it says, I am YAHAWAH. That is my name. And my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. You see? So for the longest, the Most High, whose name is YAHAWAH, he's been suffering, long suffering that we all should repent, okay? But only a certain amount of individuals, which is known as the elect, will truly repent, okay? And those are who he's using to raise up the tabernacle of David in these last days, okay? The elect, those that's going to be saved from the missiles, from the thermonuclear destruction that's coming to hit America, that's coming to hit America, which is known as Babylon the Great, okay? It says, I am YAHAWAH. That is my name, that's his reputation, okay? His reputation is on the line, man. You see, because for the longest, everybody just been using every other name under the sun other than the true name, okay? They've been, they've been calling on God. They've been calling on, if you say that his name isn't God, then they'll say what? Jehovah? That ain't his name, man. The letter J didn't even come around to the late 1500s, okay? Then you tell them that, then they'll say Yahweh, when there's no E's in the ancient Hebrew, okay? So they'll do everything and then some to go without saying YAHAWAH, all right? So that's why we are commanded to go out and preach this truth, man, and in doing so, exalt the name. So I am YAHAWAH. That's when you see all caps. When you see the word Lord in all caps, that's YAHAWAH, meaning he is. That is my name, and my glory will I not give to another. Right. So when the calamity comes, and it will come, and you calling on sweet Jesus, or you calling on Buddha, or you calling on Allah, or any other false idol, you ain't gonna get delivered in that time, you see? You thinking because you don't call on those names in the past and you don't got rewarded in some type of capacity that when you call on them this time, you're gonna be delivered, okay? That's gonna be the trick bag. You're gonna find out then that you've been calling on false idols, man. You see? When Jacob's trouble hit and when we are fully submersed in Jacob's trouble and you need something to eat, you need somewhere to sleep, you need shelter, you need something, and you call on these false idols, hey, it says he's not going to answer you, okay? YAHAWAH is not going to answer you, all right? So let's go and get into it. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. And let's start at verse 16. Ezekiel 36 and 16. It says, moreover, the word of YAHAWAH came unto me, saying, Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman. Right. So when a woman is unclean when she's on her cycle, you're supposed to remove her from your abode, okay? Because anything she touched will be unclean for those 7 days, okay? So Israel has become like that unclean woman, man, and we had to be removed from the land, okay? Because why? We was defiling the land. We was worshiping idols. We was making sacrifices to them. We was throwing our children through the fire, man. All this type of stuff was going on in the land. So it says Ezekiel 36:17, Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman. Right? So all our ways that we were doing, it was as if it was as of an unclean woman, you know, a woman that's on her cycle, okay? And you know what I mean by cycle, you know, when she gets that once a month, you know, she's unclean. Okay, that's why women are supposed to be preaching, man. You see, because they are unclean for that time of the month, man. So Israel was likened unto that unclean woman that had to be removed. And that's why we were removed from out of our land. All right. And to this day, okay, that's why you have imposters that's posing as, you know, the children of Israel, but they're not. Okay, that's all pursuant to prophecy. So it says Ezekiel 36:17, Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman. Verse 18, wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land. Right. So we were doing all type of sacrifices, you know, giving our children over to Molech, you know, and defiling the land, man, because it tells us that in Leviticus 18:21, that what? Let's see if we can go there and get it. Let's get the law on that, okay? Because Israel, you know, they were going off, man. Israel and Judah, both kingdoms, okay? So this is the book of Leviticus. (18) and verse 21. Leviticus 18:21. It reads, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech. Right. And, you know, we were continuously giving our children over to Molech, man. We were defiling the land. Okay. What else does it say? It says, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power, man. And that's what we were doing. We were calling on all these other false idols, man. We weren't giving Yahawah his true recognition. Even until this day, we still call on these other false idols, man. Yahawah wants his fame, his glory, and he's going to get it by all means necessary, okay? Even into these last days where he's raising up the tabernacle of David as of the old, okay? And he's going to endue those men with special powers, okay? He's going to give these men special powers. That's how you want to know exactly who he's dealing with in these last times, man, in these last days. Those men are going to be lifted up with that standard, okay? They're going to be able to fly. They're going to be able to put the enemies to flight. You know, they're going to be able to heal. They're going to be able to do everything. And they're going to do it all in the name of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Not no God, not no Jesus, not no Yahweh, not any other name outside of Yahawah, Yahweh Shai. You see? So it says Leviticus 18:21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am Yahawah, man. And Israel, man. Israel is one thing you're gonna find out about Israel, man. They are a stiff-necked people, man. You know, our people don't take heed to the warning, man. Here it is. We in the midst of prophecy. I mean, prophecy is going out. Okay. You got that pestilence that they talking about, you know, the MPOX, the Mpox, you know, claiming that, hey, other countries are now starting to shut down the airports, man. They saying that this thing could potentially pose a similar threat as they did back in 2020. Whether it's true or not, that's besides the point. Our people don't want to take heed to the warnings, okay? So when it comes up on them and it bites them, they have nobody to blame but themselves, man. You see, they don't know that there's so much impending doom that's coming. To they want to go out and socialize. They want to go out and party. They want to go out and have a good time, just like they did back in the days of Noah. Okay, they were out partying, marrying, having a good time. And what was Noah doing? Noah was steady prophesying, telling the people to repent, get yourselves together. And they thought to themselves, man, that's just that crazy man out there building that ark, building that ark. Why is he building the ark? We don't even know. You got to remember, at that time, they had never seen rain before. So when he told them that it was going to flood and rain was going to come from the sky, they looked at this man like he was crazy, man. Until one day that first drop of rain came from the sky and it just continued to come down, okay? And then they seen it. Well, the same thing is going to happen this time, except for it's going to be by the way of thermonuclear missiles, okay? Because you got to remember that covenant that the Most High made with the whole world was what? He would no longer flood the earth by water, by flood. So how is he going to judge the earth this time? By thermonuclear missiles, also known as ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles, okay? And that's why Russia, that's why China, that's why all these other countries have now the capability of sending missiles from their prospective land, and they can reach any part of the land here in America, you see? So they have all these capabilities, man. Why? Because Yahawah has given them that technology, okay? Yahawah has now allowed these other countries to catch up and even, dare I say, surpass America in this technology, all right? So now it's a threat. So let's go back to Leviticus 18:21. It reads, "And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am Yahawah." And our people did both, man. They defiled the land with blood and they worship other idols, okay? So now there's a judgment that's coming, okay? And through the prophets, we are out prophesying and telling our people, hey, get your houses in order. Get your houses, your affairs in order, man, okay? Yahawah's getting ready to, make his name known, okay? And it's going to be known in that time exactly who he's dealing with, all right? Whether he's dealing with you that call on Jesus and call on God and Jehovah, or whether he's dealing with the men of this truth that's calling and truly believing on the names of Yahawah, YAHAWAH. All right, it's going to be known in that time. All right. So let's go back to Ezekiel and let's pick up in 36. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 18. It reads, "Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it." Right, because it tells us, man, Ephraim is joined into what? Idols, Ephraim is heavily into idols. Ephraim representing the northern kingdom, the leader, that's the head tribe of the northern kingdom, They are joined into idols, man. They like to worship Virgin Mary, Senator Reed, all those type of idols, man. But Judah as well, because both has played the role of the harlot. All right, let's go there. Hosea. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4. And let's get a look into it, man. Hosea, chapter 4, and verse 15. Hosea 4 and 15. It reads, "Though thou, Israel, play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend. So Israel and Judah have played the role of the harlot. You know, in a harlot, they pretty much sleep with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, man. So has Israel and Judah. You know, they slept with every religion, man. Whether it's Buddha, whether it's Islam, whether it's Christianity, whatever it is, Israel and Judah have played the role of the harlot, okay? So you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you know, you got to turn back, man, and repent, okay? So it says Hosea 4 and verse 16. For it, let me jump back up to 15. Hosea 4 and 15. Though thou, Israel, play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend, and come not ye unto Gilgal, neither go ye up to Bethaven, nor swear Yahweh liveth. Right, so we were given specific instructions not to do, man. You see, but our people are hard-headed, man. They go against what the word says. Verse 16, for Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. Now Yahweh will feed them as a lamb in a large place. Right. So Israel, you know, primarily the northern kingdom, they would go to a land where never was dwelt before. And in doing so, which is over here in America, they were fed as a lamb, right? Because the nation that they knew from afar came off and they conquered them. Speaking of what? You know, the Spaniards, Christopher Columbus, okay? That's why majority of the Northern Kingdom speaks Spanish, man, because they was conquered by the conquistadors, okay? It says what? Verse 16, for Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. And that goes for both tribes, the northern and the southern. All right? It says what? Now Yahweh will feed them as a lamb in a large place. Right. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. You see? Ephraim at that point in time, they were going completely off, man. You know, they left the homeland and then they came over here to America to try to, you know, keep the commandments. But in doing so, they started following after other idols. They started falling back into their ways, man. You see? And that's why a nation that they knew not had to come and put them into captivity, man. All right? So going back to Ezekiel 36 and verse 18, 19, where it says, and I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries, according to their way and according to their doings, I judged them. Right. So every judgment that Yahweh brought forth upon us was due to our disobedience. Okay, and calling on a false idol, calling on another name outside of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai is going off. Okay, and there's a judgment for that. All right, and in that time, Jacob's trouble is going to see exactly who he's dealing with. Okay, is he dealing with you so-called Christians that call on Jesus? Or you so-called Muslims that call on, you know, Allah and call on and read the Quran and all that? It's gonna show in that time, man. Okay, it's gonna show who he's dealing with. Okay, it's gonna show. All right. So it says, verse 19, Ezekiel 36 and 19, and I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dismayed, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way and according to their doings, I judged them. Right. And part of the curses is what? Pursuing the Deuteronomy 28th chapter, that we will be what? Scattered throughout the whole four corners of the earth, man. See? So all this lines up, you know, prophetically. It says, verse 20, Ezekiel 36 and 20. And when they enter into the heathen, whether they went, they profane my holy name. You see? So whatever captivity we went into, you know, we profaned the holy name. Even in this last captivity, okay? Under the Americans, under the Roman Empire being revised, we still profaning the name, okay? Calling on what? Calling on Jesus, calling on, you know, Yeshua, calling on God. That's just the title, man. Calling on every other name outside of the true name of the living power, whose name is YAHAWAH. You see? And YAHAWAH is going to get his reputation and his fame and his glory, okay? You see in the beginning of it right now, but you're going to see the fullness of it when he sent his only begotten son, YAHAWAH, okay? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. That's when you're going to see the full glory of YAHAWAH, man. You see? When YAHAWAH pull up with those chariots, man, it's going to be, hey, it's going to be put up time, man. So it says, verse 20, and when they enter into the heathen, whether they went, they profane my holy name. You see? His holy name. Holy means separate, okay? When you have something holy, you separate it. That's why we are a holy people. We are a separate people. We were given laws, statutes, commandments that weren't given to any other nation of people, all right? So it says, verse 20, and when they enter into the heathen, whether they went, they profane my holy name. And we still doing it to the day. Some of us, speaking of those that are fighting to endure to the end, you know, that are praying that we be part of the tabernacle of David, we are actually calling on the true names, okay? And we know it matters, okay? We understand is the word gravity, or we understand the magnitude of the name, man. The name is important, okay? So it says, when they said to them, these are the people of YAHAWAH and are going forth out of the land, right? So, hey, we've been what? Calling on other gods, other deities, you know, speaking heresies, you know, all type of stuff, man. And here it is, we in the latter days, you know, we in the last days, and the knowledge is going forth throughout the whole four corners of the earth, and there's no longer any excuses, okay? There's no longer any excuses. So let's read that again, Ezekiel 36 and 20. And it reads, and when they entered into the heathen, whether they went, they profaned my holy name. When they said to them, these are the people of YAHAWAH and are gone forth out of his land. Right. So the other nations, they had a part in it, because you got to remember, Psalms 83, it says all these nations are in confederate, that we shall take away the name, that Israel will be no more remembered, okay? And for the longest, they had succeeded at that, okay? For the longest, we thought we was every other name outside of the children of Israel, okay? We thought we was every other name under the sun outside of the true children of this word, this holy Bible, okay? Now let's go into Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, and let's read 64. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and 64. It reads, and YAHAWAH shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. Right, so this is us going into captivity, and this is us actually, you know, being dispersed amongst the other heathens. It says what? And to bring, let me go back up again. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And YAHAWAH shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Okay? And what does that wood and stone represent? Those are two of the biggest religions that our people to this day serve. That wood representing the cross, Christianity, and that stone representing, you know, Islam, you know? Those are two of the biggest religions our people to this day call on, okay? That's why they don't know who the Most High name is, all right? Or they know, but they don't, they refuse to call on it. They refuse to use Jesus when they can. They refuse to use Allah, God. No. you're going to have to get that name right, man. You see? And in not doing so, you're going to pay a hefty price, okay? Your salvation and deliverance is going to count on that, all right? So continue to call on Jesus, continue to call on, Yahweh, Jehovah, any other name other than YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH, and you're going to get your just dessert in that time, okay? And those times are fastly approaching, man. We are in those latter days, okay? So let's go back. Let's go back to Ezekiel. Let's go back to Ezekiel 36 and verse 20. So it says, when they enter into the heathen, whether they went, they profane my holy name. What else? When they said to them, these are the people of Yahweh, and are going forth out of his land. Right, so the other nations, they knew it, man. See, these other nations, they know exactly who we are, okay? The joke is on you, Jake. You don't know who you are. These other nations know who we are, okay? It's you that they look at in disdainment, okay? It's you that they look at as a byword and a proverb, They know exactly who you are, okay? The joke's on you, all right? You don't know who you are. And in doing so, they capitalizing off of you. You see? They're never going to tell you who you are, because why? Their come up is based on your downfall, man. The longer you stay in darkness, the more they get the benefit off of that. You see? The longer you stay in darkness, not knowing who you are, or refusing to accept who you are, the more the nations can profit off of that. All right? So verse 21 says, Ezekiel 36 and 21, but I had pity for my holy name. You see? So the Most High is going to show pity, man. All right? Because despite what you believe, man, the Most High, he has a feeling, for the apple of his eye. All right? Israel, we made a pact, a covenant with the Most High, Isaac, man, showed what? Great faith. And so much that he was, willing to sacrifice his son. And the Most High remembers all that, man. So the Most High is willing to show pity on the house of David, the elect, man. Now, as far as you other 2/3, man, you through, okay? You're through, all right? But as far as those that repent and are truly remorseful for what they did, the Most High is going to show pity on you, man. All right? Those that you are actually, studying to show yourself approved, doing the work, rightfully dividing the truth, all right? The Most High is going to work with you, okay? He's going to work through you, all right? And it's going to be evident who he's working with and who he's with, all right, in that time, okay? You're going to see it, man. You're going to be a light to the Gentiles, okay? We are a light to the Gentiles right now. Speaking of those of our people that don't know who they are, all right? Those of our people who don't know who we are, who don't know who they are, those of us who know who we are being a light to them so that they can wake up out of their deep sleep, you see? Because when you wake up out of your deep sleep and you don't have, any direction to go, you're going to bump into all types of stuff, man. That's why you got to cut the light on so you can see where you're going at. But those of us that have been woken up, we are a light to the Gentiles, man. And the Gentiles, like I said, is speaking of those of us who don't know who we are, who still operate in that Gentile state of mind, all right? So let's pick up back in Ezekiel 36 and verse 21. It says, but I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whether they went, right? So the Most High is going to show pity, for a certain group of people known as the elect, the remnant, okay? The Most High is going to be okay, man. And if you don't got the names, forget about it, okay? If you calling on Jesus, if you calling on God, if you calling on, Buddha, Allah, Muhammad, any name other than YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH, it's a wrap for you, man. There's nothing you can do, okay? Just be ready to be missile food. So 21, Ezekiel 36-21, it says, "But I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whether they went." Now here it is, verse 22. Here's the verse that, this lesson is about, okay? Ezekiel 36-22. It reads, "Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord Almighty, I do not this for your sakes." So the Most High ain't doing it for our sakes, okay? The Most High is not doing what he's getting ready to do for our sakes, okay? Because all our works is as what? All our righteous works is as a filthy rag. It doesn't mean anything to him, okay? Because why? We're going to just continually go off and sin again, man. We have to actually be reprogrammed and have that new covenant put into our hearts, our minds. So what he's getting ready to do is not for our sakes, but what? 22, "Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake." Okay, so he's getting ready to do what he's getting ready to do for his holy name's sake, okay? So that his name will get the fame, the glory, the reputation that it deserves, okay? Because remember, I said, let's say if you was in a league and you was playing basketball and you scored 200 points and all they wrote down in the books was, a player that wore the number of 23 scored 200 books, you would feel some type of way, okay? No, you would want your name to be put down there, where you from, exactly everything, okay? You will want that just credit that you deserve. How much more the Most High, man, who created the whole earth, for our sakes? How much more credit does he want? And he's not getting it, okay? He's not getting the credit that he deserves, man, because like I said, everybody else in their mumble is calling on every other name other than Yahweh. Every time you look, let's say you go to YouTube and you look on YouTube, it's God showed me a vision. You go on YouTube, Jesus is coming. You see? He ain't getting his credit, man. So what he's getting ready to do is not for our sakes, but for his holy name's sake, okay? Where you gonna see, okay, exactly who he's dealing with, all right? So he's getting ready to make it, so he's getting ready to let it be known exactly who he's dealing with, okay? And he's only going to be dealing with those of us that have the true name, okay? Point blank, period. So it says, verse 22, Ezekiel 36-22. It says what? "Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went." So the Most High finna do some. Hey, the Most High finna do some serious works, man, through his service. Okay, you finna see the man of the Lord be lifted up with that standard. Okay, you gonna see it. Those that's calling on Jesus and you know the names, Yahweh and what have you, he ain't dealing with y'all, man. Okay? But those of us that have the true names and believe, he gonna use us to show his true power, man. Okay? You're gonna see brothers out here, hey, with laser beams coming out their eyes. You're gonna see brothers out here that's gonna be sending these troops to flight, man. You're gonna see all type of things going on. you know, for the namesake of Yahawah, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And then ultimately, when Yahweh Shai pull up, hey, it's gonna be showtime then, man. When Yahweh Shai pull up, who the world England calls Jesus, you gonna see everything, okay? Everything, all right? You're gonna see a so-called black man coming in the glory of his father. You know, you're gonna see Yahweh Shai with the chariots. You know, it's gonna be showtime, man. He gonna put on a show, okay, for the whole earth to see, all right? And people gonna be recording it on their phones, man, and live streaming it, all right, until those satellites get taken down out of the air, all right? You're gonna see it. All eyes gonna see, man. When Yahweh Shai pull up with the chariots, hey, you're gonna see Yahweh gonna get his glory then, man. Right now, you can talk all the crap you want. We'll get the name in the kingdom, or the name doesn't matter. You can say all that you want because Yahweh hasn't showed up yet, man. All right? But when he lets this place go down, and when which we believe is fastly approaching, and Jacob's trouble hit, and you looking for something to eat, and you starving, and you gotta go take that micro CHIP, hey, it's gonna be evident that what? The Most High ain't dealing with you. Because it tells us in Isaiah 65 and 13, my servant shall eat, okay? My servant shall drink. So evidently, if you ain't getting taken care of in that time, you are not a servant of the Most High. Point blank, period. Okay? You're not a servant of Yahawah, all right? You serve some other false idol and call on that idol to deliver you in that day, okay? So that's why it's important to know the name. And that's why Yahweh's going to do this for his name's sake, okay? For his fame, his glory, and his reputation, all right? So let's pick back up. Ezekiel 36 and 22. Therefore, say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord Almighty, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which you have profaned among the heathen, whether you went. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. It says, verse 23, and I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which you have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, saith the Lord Almighty, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Okay? You see? The Most High is going to sanctify us before the eyes of the heathen. Okay? We're going to put these nations to flight, man. Okay? Speaking on this side, some brothers going to get those spiritual powers, man. Okay? It says what? In Jeremiah 51, thou art my battle axe. Okay? The Most High is going to lift up a standard, man. Okay? And they gonna see just exactly who's been called on the true names and who hasn't. Okay? Let's go there. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 51 and let's start at verse 19. Jeremiah 51 and 19. It reads what? The portion of Jacob is not like them. So this portion of Jacob is not like them. To the rest, okay? Because the Most High is only dealing with the elect in these times, man. He's only dealing with the remnant of Israel. So Jeremiah 51 and 19, The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahawah of hosts is his name. You see? It's important, man. The reputation, the fame, the glory is riding on it, okay? If you're not giving Yahawah his true just, you're doing him a disservice, man. You're supposed to be exalting him at all chances necessary, all right? So it says what? Jeremiah 51:19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel the rod of his inheritance. Yahawah of hosts is his name. Verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. You see? So right now, we preaching this word, and we are breaking these nations down in the truth through the Spirit, and we are bringing forth this truth, and this word is allowing Babylon to be consumed, man. Okay? But soon we finna be lifted up with those spiritual powers, man. Okay? And Yahweh's going to sanctify his name through us. Those of us that, are of the elect. Okay? So let's read that again. Jeremiah 51:20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. Okay? And you seeing that right now, man. You seeing the word going out, tearing down these stumbling blocks that was put up by Esau, the so-called white man. Okay? You hearing it, you seeing it. You seeing it before your very own eyes. Okay? Whether you take heed, that's a totally different story. But you can't deny that you're not seeing, okay? Because you're taking part of the story right now. All right? Either you on the right side of the equation or the left side. All right? If you on the wrong side, the left side, hey, you're gonna be cast away with the rest of these heathen nations. If you on the right side, which is the truth, you're gonna receive salvation and deliverance. Okay? So it says, verse 20. Jeremiah 51:20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. Verse 22. With thee also will I break in pieces men and women, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. Verse 23, I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. Verse 24, Jeremiah 51:24. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith Yahweh. So the Most High is really going to be truly working with those of us that have the true understanding. And if you don't have the names, you don't have the understanding. And in doing so, the Most High ain't going to be dealing with you, man. He's not going to use you to sanctify his holy name, okay? You're going to be out there assed out on your own, man. Scrapping for any piece of, whatever you can get, okay? Meanwhile, the service of the Most High is going to be taken care of, fully taken care of, all right? So when we read that in Ezekiel 36, When we read that in Ezekiel 36, in verse 23, it says, "And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahawah, saith the Lord Almighty, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes." Right. So the heathen gonna see, man. You see? Right now, the heathen calling on every other name other than Yahawah and his only begotten son, Yahawah. All right? But through us, the servants, those of us that are enduring to the end, that are praying that we make it, it's gonna come a time where you're gonna see, man, who truly the man of the Lord is, okay? Because we're gonna be working miracles in the name of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? We're gonna be working miracles, man. All right, you see us right now, you see a miracle before you, but in that day, you're gonna truly see us working miracles, man. Because Yahweh shall say, the things that I do, you do, but greater. Okay? So we're gonna be healing the sick in the name of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're gonna be breaking to pieces these other nations, everything. And it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. Because why? Yahweh's name, his reputation is going to be put back in its proper authority. All right? You see? As of right now, hey, call on him what you want to call him, okay? But the time is coming where when you call on whoever you call on, that person, that deity is not going to show up, all right? So that's why we telling our people, man, hey, repent. Stop calling on those false idols, man. There is no salvation in those names, okay? We see what happened to the lady in Chicago or Illinois, and we're going to see more like that, man, okay? There's no power in those names, man. So back to Ezekiel 36 and 24, it reads, "For I will take you from among the heathen, and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land." Right. So so this Exodus that's going to happen is going to make the one that when we came out of Egypt look like nothing. Okay. This Exodus that's getting ready to take place. Why? Because we getting ready to leave America, which is Babylon the Great, in fashion. We getting ready to leave America in chariots, what the world calls UFOs, man. It's gonna make the Exodus that when we came out of Egypt look like child's play, man. Let's get that in Jeremiah. Let's get that in Jeremiah, man. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, and let's start at verse 14. Jeremiah 16 and 14. It reads, "Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that it shall no more be said, Yahawah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." So these days are coming, man. Hey, what you are going to witness is going to make that Exodus from Egypt look like child's play. And we're reading about it right here. Jeremiah 16 and 14. "Therefore, behold, the days cometh," what? "Saith Yahawah, that it shall no more be said, Yahawah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." But what? Verse 15. "But Yahawah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them. That's pursuant to the curses, man. Okay? So there's going to be a great deliverance here in America, but there's going to be deliverance throughout the other four parts of the corner of the earth, man. But the bulk, the majority of the deliverance is coming here out of this Egypt. America is likened to Egypt, okay? So there's going to be the second Egypt where, hey, this is where majority of the people is going to be delivered. Why? Because this is where all the tribes are dwelling at right now. All right? So it says, Jeremiah 16 and 15. But YAHAWAH liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Speaking of here in America, man, this is where the vast majority, the bulk of the deliverance is going to be. When those thermonuclear missiles come, majority of the people here in America is going to be what? Devoured. But those that survive, the elect, it's going to be in style, man. We're going to be getting beamed up, okay? Revelation 18. And I heard another voice saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. That voice ain't going to be Jesus. That voice ain't going to be God. That voice ain't going to be Allah. That voice ain't going to be Jehovah. That voice ain't going to be Yahweh. That voice going to be YAHAWAH, man. Bar Hashem Yahweh Shai. If you don't have the names right, you're not going to hear the voice. And in not hearing the voice, you're going to miss out on your salvation, your deliverance. Okay? So for my name's sake, all right? Yahweh's doing this for his name's sake. All right? Not for us, okay? For his name's sake. All right? It's gonna be evident, man, that the name is Yahawah. His fame, his glory will he not give to any other God, man. You see? So all you believers that's calling on those false idols, it's gonna show in that time, man. You know, stay right here in Babylon, which is America, and perish with those idols. Okay? So Jeremiah 16 and 15. But YAHAWAH liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Right. So that's the end game, man. We're going to get delivered out of here and brought back to the land that he gave to our fathers. Okay? Over there, Jerusalem. All right? Because it's a people before it's a place. All right? But before we can go back there, that land has to be purged and cleaned, man. Okay? So that's what's going to happen in World War III, that third woe, okay? That land has to be completely desolated, all right? But it's going to be built back up, you know, through the hardship of the slaves that we're going to take into captivity, man. We're going to put them to work, man. Now, Babylon the Great is going to be no more inhabited. All right, but Israel, you know, that land that's being occupied by those so-called, 1948ers, that's going to be completely annihilated during World War III. All right. So let's go back and pick up at Ezekiel 36. Ezekiel 36. In verse, where were we at? 24. Ezekiel 36 and 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. You see? So the Most High, whose name is YAHAWAH, he's going to get his fame, his reputation, and his glory, okay? He's going to get all that back, all right? When the world sees this, they're going to know just exactly who's done this, okay? They're going to know because only those that are calling on the true names are going to be delivered in that time, all right? Speaking of America, here in America, it's going to be evident, man. We're going to get called up into the chariots, and when we come back down, we taking over, man. We taking over. under the name of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. All right? And whatever heathen that don't want to bow down to that name, and whatever Jake as well. It tells us in St. Luke 19:27, Yahawah said to himself, bring him hither and slay him before me. Okay? So we given strict, rules to follow, man. So Ezekiel 36:25. Ezekiel 36:25 reads, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Right, so when we get back into the homeland, we're going to be clean, man. Okay, because why? We scattered throughout all these, parts of the earth, man. We done took under all the names and bywords and proverbs of these other nations. We don't call them other gods and deities. And so we can't be completely clean in these bodies, man. That's why, in 1 Corinthians 15, right around the 50th verse, it says what? We're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye, okay? So we're going to be changed, and we're going to get programmed in the heart, what? That fleshy heart, man, okay? So let's read that again. It says Ezekiel 36:25. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Right. The land is going to be cleansed, man. You see, when we get back to Jerusalem, that land will be cleansed, man. All right. By the way of those thermonuclear missiles. All right. As it currently sits, that land is polluted, man. That land is polluted. It's not worthy for us to inhabit it right now. All right. But the time is coming that we're going to inhabit it. Okay. Third World War. That third war is fastly approaching. You see? So verse 25 says, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Verse 26, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. You see? That's going to be those of us that get changed in the twinkling of an eye, man. We're going to have a new heart, which is a new mind, and a new spirit. Okay? We're going to get that. Matter of fact, let's go there. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. It reads, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. So our current bodies that we currently have right now is not worthy to inherit the kingdom. We have to be changed, okay? So 51 says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. So some of us are going to go straight into the kingdom and never have to taste the sting of death, man. Some of us are going to be beamed up into the chariots, the so-called UFOs, and get changed, okay? Some of us are going to be, martyrs for this truth, all right? So it says what? 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed, okay? Those of us that make it, we're going to be changed, man. We're going to have that new heart, okay? We're going to have that, that stony heart removed from out of us, okay? It says what? Let's read it. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 51. It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, But we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Right. So when YAHAWAH comes back, you know, amongst the Third World War, and that trumpet is sound, man. And hey, those of us that are on the right side that get delivered and beamed up, when the missiles are coming to destroy America, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. These bodies that we have right now are going to actually be changed, man. These bodies that you see that's subject to death, that's subject to payment, it's going to be no more, man. We're going to have new bodies, man. We're going to have extraterrestrial bodies, man. We're going to have angelic-like bodies, man. You see? So let's finish up that in 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. No, 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. So as quick as you could blink your eye, that's how quick your body gonna be changed, man. Because those missiles are gonna be coming, man. Those missiles are going to destroy Babylon in an hour. All right. So it says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption. This flesh, this corruptible flesh, it must put on incorruptible flesh. And how are we going to do that? By being renewed by the changing of our mind, by getting those new hearts. It says what? For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. You see? So we're going to have to get changed, man. You see? We're going to be changed, man. So when it reads in Ezekiel 36, so when it reads in Ezekiel 36, and where we at? Ezekiel 36 and 26. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Right. So we're going to have a new heart, a new mind, man. Why? Because the law, statute, commandments is going to be programmed in us, okay? And in our children as well. Speaking of the 2/3 that don't make it, they're going to come back in the kingdom, but they're going to be in their right mind, in their right spirit, okay? They're going to have that new heart, okay? They're not going to get it here on this side, but in the kingdom, when they're born back through the elect, they're going to get it, man. They're going to finally get it, okay? So it says Ezekiel 36 and 26, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Verse 27, and I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. Right? Because we're going to be judging the other nations, man. You see? We're going to be put back in our proper authority, man. As rulers, as kings, as priests, as judges over this whole earth. Because this earth was given to us. You know, this earth was made for our sakes. Pursuing the 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Okay? Right around verses 50 to about 54. All right, so the earth was made for our sakes, man. But we dropped the ball, okay? And it's all part of the story, man. Everything had to be played out. Because why? YAHAWAH was going to get his glory, man. YAHAWAH, hey, it tells us that. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 24. YAHAWAH is the jealous power, man. He set this whole thing up so he could get fame and glory, man. And he deserves it, man. Yahweh deserves it, okay? He created everything through his only begotten son, Yahawah. We are likened to worms, man. You see? We are likened to worms. Let's see if we can get that. See if I can pull that up. Give me 1 second. This is the book of Isaiah. I believe it's 42. Isaiah. Isaiah 41. Slakia. The book of Isaiah 41. You see? Because this is all the Most High's story, man. You know, we just honored to be part of it, man. You see? And you got to understand, you know, we were given to these other nations as spoils, man, because we disobeyed the Most High. All right? Calling on other names is disobeying the Most High. All right? Thou shalt not put any other God before me, any other idol, any other deity before him. Okay? So in doing so, he stripped us from all our glory, man. And we are likened unto a worm. Okay? A worm has no defense. A worm is the lowest. A worm is under the ground, man. And that's how we are likened to, man. For what? He's gonna make us a threshing instrument, man. You see? Through us, he's gonna get his fame and glory, man. Now let's read that. Isaiah 41 and verse 14. Isaiah 41 and 14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob. Right, so we liken it to a worm, man. A worm ain't got no defense. But what is the Most High Yahweh telling us? Saying what? Fear not. Okay, that's a bold statement. Fear not, O worm, thou Jacob. A worm could be picked off by all types of insects, predators, whether birds, whether, you know, lizards, what have you. But it says what? Fear not, thou worm. It says, fear not, thy worm Jacob. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's saying what? Fear not. In order for you to have no fear, you have to have faith and you have to believe, okay? And if you call it on other names other than Yahawah, YAHAWAH, you have all the more need to fear. Okay, but those of us that call on the true names of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah, it tells us to fear not. It says what? Thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee. Who's going to help us? Jesus and wrong. Jehovah and wrong. Muhammad and wrong. Try again. Yahawah, in the name of his only begotten son, Yahawah. Those are the only true names that's going to help us. So it says what? Isaiah 41:14. Fear not thy worm Jacob, and ye man of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahawah. Okay? That's why it's important, man. That's why he's doing this for his name's sake. Okay? He's going to raise up and lift up a standard for his name's sake. Okay? And it's going to be evident who he's dealing with in that time. And those times are fastly approaching us, man. Known as Jacob's trouble. Okay? So it says, fear not thy worm Jacob, and ye man of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahawah, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. So, hey, it's not going to be us that's doing it, man. It's going to be Yahawah, man. It's going to be Yahawah working through us, okay? We're not doing anything, all right? It's going to be Yahawah working through us that's performing the miracles that you're going to see in these latter times, man. That you're going to see a standard being raised and lifted up with spiritual powers, you know. Hey, it's going to be a sight to behold in those times, man. You want to know exactly who the true man of the Lord is, okay? Because he's going to be dealing with them directly, all right? When the famine hit, when the stores close down, when you can't get anything to eat, when the diseases are at an all-time high and continuing to rampant, and you don't have any idea what's going on, hey, the Most High is preserving a remnant to himself. That's what? That's going to be giving his fame and glory and reputation to his name, which is Yahawah, okay? So it goes on to read, fear not thy worm Jacob, and ye man of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahawah, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Verse 15, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. So he's gonna use us as a weapon, man. You see, we read it in Jeremiah 51 that we're gonna be the battle axe that he used to break these other nations down, man. You see? So the Most High, you know, is gonna lift up a standard, man. All for his name's sake. Okay? He's doing all this for his name's sake, man. All right, don't get it twisted. It's not for us that he's doing it, although he's using the man to do it. But make no mistake about it, it's for his name's sake, okay? Because he's going to get his fame, his reputation, and his glory, man. See, as of right now, the earth don't know exactly who he is. But they going to know, hey, they going to know soon, okay? They getting ready to know very soon, all right? So Isaiah 41:14, 15, Salakia. Isaiah 41:15 says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains, and mountains represent power, man. So we're going to put these other nations to flight, man. You know, these other nations, they going into slavery, man. You see? So mountains represent power, all right? So it says, thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. Right? So, hey, you other nations, man, hey, the time is coming to an end for your rulership. Okay? For you to have us under your, you know, under your authority, that's coming to a rule, that's coming to an end. Okay? Now we know it's talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, because he's the last one in rulership. He's the one that's ruling right now. Okay? So, hey, we finna put them along with the other nations and gather them all up into slavery, man. You see, we finna put them in chains and shackles. All right? And this is all for Yahawah's name's sake, man. This is what it's all about. It's about Yahawah, okay, for his name's sake, not anything else. So Isaiah 41, And 16, thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in Yahawah, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. You see? And that's what it's all about. It's all about giving praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And that's what we doing, man. You know, we not out here, you know, giving credit and fame and glory to other false idols, man. Okay? We woke up out of the truth to stop doing that. All right? Here it is. You got so-called leaders still calling on Christ, Jesus, and other names, man. Refuse to call on the name of Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? And not just leaders of Israel, but what? Other false nations, man. Okay? Because there's only going to be one name that's magnified throughout the whole earth, man. You see? And Jesus ain't it. Jehovah ain't it. Yahweh ain't it. Buddha ain't it. You see? Muhammad ain't it. We already know what it is. For my name's sake, Yahawah. Okay? Let's go back to Ezekiel 36, and we're going to get ready to wrap it up. Ezekiel 36 and verse 26. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. Verse 27, Ezekiel 36 and 27. And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. Verse 28. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. You see, that's the end game, man. Go back to the land. You know, call on the true name, worship the true Father, Yahawah. You know, under Yahweh Shai. You know, and everything being put back in its proper authority. Everything being put back in order. All right. Because as of right now, everything is out of order under this current rulership, man. You can call on who you want to call on without no repercussions. You ain't gonna be, those other nations, they ain't gonna be serving no other gods, man. Okay? They gonna get broken like a potter's clay, man. Those other nations, they not gonna be calling on their gods, all that Buddha, all that Muhammad, all that's gonna be put away, man. It's only gonna be one name that's magnified throughout the whole earth, and it's Yahawah. Okay. If you caught worshiping any other idol or deity, you're gonna be dealt with accordingly. Okay. So get it in while you can. Okay. Because make no mistake about it. After those 1,000 years, which is going to be hell for you other nations, okay? You're going to be allowed to go back to your prospective land and serve the true Lord in righteousness. And you're going to have the names, man. You're going to serve Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai in righteousness, okay? And in doing so, you're going to have the true name to call on, all right? And if you call on your false idols, hey, you're going to be dealt with accordingly, man. You see? So everything is for Yahweh's name's sake, his reputation, his fame, and his glory, okay? And that will he not give to any other idol, any other deity, okay? That's what we're talking about, okay? We're talking about for my name's sake, okay? Because throughout all this, his name has been forgotten, man. Even until today, okay? You got those that claim to have woken up to the truth, call on the name, and then switch up doctrines. Now they no longer call on the name, or they do. It's every blue moon, okay? And when they call on it, it's not in sincerity, all right? We tired of that Jesus nonsense, man. That name has gotten us nothing but complete, punishment from the Father, man. So now it's time to wake up out of it's high time that you wake up out of sleep. Now is our salvation nearer than what we expected, man. Roughly paraphrasing it. Romans 13 and 11, though, okay? So you get the gist of it, man. We in the last days, man. Hey, and if you don't got the names and you still calling on those false idols, hey, it's going to be evident, man. Okay? That's all I can say. It's going to be evident that the Most High ain't dealing with you, okay? Because He's going to allow those other nations to mark the flow with you, man. You see? He's going to let the other nations mark the flow with you, all right? If you don't got the true names to call on, hey, you're not giving the Most High His true fame and glory, all right? So we're going to wrap it up, turn towards the east, and give all praises to YAHAWAH, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all right? So with that being said, I pray someone was edified through this lesson, and until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.